Hey traders, it's Jeffrey with Strategic Day Traders. Great to be back with you. Another outstanding day yesterday. Let's review the trades that I posted last night and how they turned out today. Before we get started, our disclaimer, all the information provided here is for educational purposes only and is not an offer or a recommendation to trade futures, stocks, options, or Forex. So as you can see, here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shorts that I recommended yesterday. These are the recommended targets. They were all pullbacks. These are the recommended entry points. These were all pullbacks. These were the recommended targets based on these pullbacks on my 30-minute chart. And these were the pips that we got out of them, the runners that we took, and a total, if you added it all up, of almost 500 pips. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. And let's pull this over here so we can refer to it. Very good. So, and let's move that over there as well. So starting out with the dollar yen, if you'll see, this is yesterday at 7 p.m. We were looking for a short trade. We were looking for a pullback. We did not get it immediately after the trades were released at about 7 p.m. I watched these for 2 or 3 hours, but we went ahead and put a pending order in, and at about 2 to 3 a.m., that pending order was filled. We took a little bit of heat, came back down to break even, and then at after the U.S. Open, we had a nice move to the short side, which is what we were looking for, and got our first and our second targets out for a total of almost 200 pips on our first trade. Excuse me. It took a little bit of patience to let this go, but if we don't get an immediate pullback and then a follow through the Asian and the London sessions, we often see that slow pullback during the London session, just as we saw here, and then during a combination of London and New York, we can get our move down. So in this particular case, we saw a slow pullback through Sydney and Tokyo, and then once we hit London right around here, that was when we turned it over and we came crashing down, which is what we were looking for. Second, the dollar Swiss franc. This is when we posted the trade yesterday. And in this case, same thing, a little bit of a slower move. We finally got in at around 7:45 this morning. This was kind of flat yesterday, so I didn't put the limit order for this, but when I was up in the morning, after we finally tried this supply zone multiple times and just bounced off again and again and again, I actually put a stop sell order right over here. When it was hit for the umpteenth time, we were filled, took our first target down at the other end of the zone, and then as we got a runner piercing and closing inside of the linear regression moving average, took our second target out for a total of almost 70 pips for that one. On the pound Swiss franc, same thing. Patience paid off. In the morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, we finally got our pullback outside bar. For those of you that follow my parabolic strategy, you know what I'm talking about. We got in right over here. Nice quick return, and then our runner took us out right over here on the other side of the linear regression moving average. That was a small one, but still a winner. And then on the Aussie dollar Swiss franc, another small one, same thing. We didn't get in until 8 a.m. Eastern. It was flat through the night. Took a quick return down. And as all of you know who follow my parabolic strategy, we're looking for moves up to the outside of the envelope with an overbought situation, and then a quick run down until it's oversold, and then we'll try to stay in for a runner if we can. On the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, that was another great one. Again, patience paid off. We slowly worked our way up. In this case, no trade until the early morning, and when we got a bounce off of our supply zones, got right in over here, and then watched this run down all through the day. This was actually my last trade of the day. I didn't close this until just a little while ago, around 3:45. And 3:30ish, 3:45, for a total of 126 pips. And then the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, same thing when we got into this trade about 6:45, 7 a.m. this morning. Had a nice rundown to the opposite end of the envelope just to be on the safe side. Could have watched it run all the way down, but in this case, there was a lot of volatility that we were able to avoid by getting our first target out before the 8:30 a.m. news reports, and got out with our runner as well for a total of about 35 pips. So all in all, 487 pips, 6 trades recommended last night, 6 winners. And if anybody has any questions, anytime, feel free to email me, Jeffrey@strategicdaytraders.com. If you'd like to get these trades, you can get into the members private group, where you get an invite to my private Telegram channel, where I post these between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Time every single night, based on my analysis after the day's activity, before the markets open in Tokyo. And we have been showing a great track record. We do live sessions on Fridays to teach you how to take these trades, when to look for the targets, when to move them, how to take the runners, and so on. So great to be with you again. Good trading, and we will see you in the next one.